Hi, Glenn Phillips here with Beach Homes Realty and beach-homes.com. So you got your beach home on the market, it isn't selling. Is it your agent's fault? Definitely maybe. So what do I mean by that? Well, if your property hasn't sold, there's actually only two reasons it has not sold. People can go into a lot of different variables and things, but really there are only two. The first one is exposure, meaning do people know about it? Is it presented in the right way? So by exposure, do you have quality staging and photos so that when people look at it online, they get a positive impression, it's pleasing, but not deceptive? Because what you don't want is somebody to show up and feel that it's those 80s glamour shots and this isn't anything like what I looked for. Is it properly presented on the MLS, the multiple listing service, meaning it's found, it's there, it exists? And is it being syndicated? By syndicated means it not only shows up in the local MLS, but it shows up on other websites of other real estate companies, of the portals that were well known, that aren't brokerages, but they advertise properties. Does it get shown? Because if it's not being shown, then of course people can't see it. There are brokerages that actually brag a little bit about, come see us for properties you can only find through our website. Those aren't getting good exposure. They're hiding them. So what are you doing about the exposure? Is your property being syndicated and shown in the MLS? And is it featured on beach-homes.com? How do you get it featured? Well, you list it with one of our agents. Now, if it's been syndicated properly, it's a member of an MLS, we're all sorts of states, all thousands of beaches, then it's going to be on beach-homes.com as well. That's a sign it's syndicated. And these are buyers who really have already decided this is the type of property I want, even if they don't know what area. So this goes to exposure. And the great thing about being focused on beach property is it's really people wanting beach, and they're much more deliberate than people just wandering through general websites. And they get sort of a fantasy dreaming of, oh, maybe I could spend maybe I could find a cheap beach home. That doesn't really happen. There are no foreclosures to speak of. So exposure is there. What's the other thing that gets people to come see the house? It's got to be realistic, and that is price. So you have to evaluate with the price when your property is not getting exposure. I mean, if it's getting exposure, it's not getting sold. One, are you getting offers? Maybe they're what you believe to be a low offer, but you're getting an offer. That means you've gotten enough engagement that someone's serious enough. If you're crazy overpriced, people don't even think you're serious enough to negotiate. You're not even in the ballpark for them to take some time. Okay, if you're not getting offers, you're at least getting showings. Are people taking time to come look at the property? Not just the neighbors at an open house, but people scheduling and looking at the property, and then they're not making an offer. Both not getting offers and not getting showings is an indicator you're priced way outside what the market's suggesting. And the last one is your agent getting questions about the property. And what are those questions? They may not be even asking about price, but they may be asking about other things that go to their idea about what's the value of the property, which means the price far exceeds what they believe the property to be worth. So they may be asking questions to justify that price. Why is it priced that way? That they may even say it seems too high to me, but the questions may not be about price when they really are about price. Here's the deal though. If your property's not getting sold, if it's getting exposure, then it's a price issue. More exposure never fixes price. That it just doesn't. You think, well, it's that magical one person who will find it and fall in love and pay any price. You may as well buy a lottery ticket. Your odds may be even better. So if it could be something your agent's doing, but if they're doing the exposure things I just mentioned, they're helping you get the price right. The properties in today's market go quickly when they are exposed and they're appropriately priced. So is it your agent? You decide. But be sure you get an agent who's doing these things correctly, exposure and price, and you'll get your home sold. Thank you. Hope this has been interesting. Visit us at beach-homes.com, where we have literally tens of thousands of beach properties for sale to find your next dream home, or to understand your market or find a great agent when it's time to sell. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you and have a great day. For more information, be sure to check out beach-homes.com.